We are abandoned here to found our lives on gossamer distinctions where steel rusts and rock cannot hold.
From the years he went to college, he would come home to visit, and he and I would be walking down the streets. And I do remember people just turning and staring at him because he was so unique looking. He wore the berets, he had the dark mustache, the dark hair, and he was striking and stunning. And I heard little comments, wow, look at him.
I'm a former professor of English at Wagner College, New York City. I taught there for 40 years.
Education was very important to my brother. I think from a very early age.
What was the biggest turning point in your life?
In my life, I guess it was when I went away to college. Yeah, I'm sure it was. Religion was most important for my mother. I was a mess. Narrow view of dogmatism. You can get into a fist fight over it. And then I went down to Myrtle Beach. That's where where it really clicked. And I had a good time down there, Myrtle Beach.
Everywhere is freaks and harris, dykes and ferries.
Experience after experience loosened this hold on me. Every country has its different ways of doing things, and that broadens you.
I like to dream, yes, right between the sound machine. On a cloud of sound, I drift in the night. Any place it goes is right. Goes far, flies near, to the stars away from here. Well, close your eyes, girl. Look inside, girl. Let the sound take you.
Oh yeah, I read a lot. I have read a lot. Candide by Voltaire. Candide goes all over the world and doesn't find anything that except corruption, terrible things. And the conclusion is that he goes back and he says the only thing that he can do is cultivate his garden. That's one of Voltaire's messages. Maybe that's all that any of us can do, is cultivate our garden.
To come home, he moved back to North Carolina. You know, the house right beside of where he grew up in as a child, and he lives next door to his sister, and now he's cultivating his garden.
What inspires you to write?
Something that I feel really strongly about. For example, 9/11. The title is Dear Amanda and Isabel. I have heard in the middle of the night, while most of the rest of the world lay fully sleeping, your cry. I miss my daddy a lot, and I've never ceased remembering that brilliant blue early September morning 18 years ago next month, when your worlds were, among many thousands of others, essentially and forever exploded by hate. Once a near stranger told me a story to show how funny my father was after he had been dead for nearly 20 years. And I have always treasured that story gift. Now, like a flock of Silver Lake robins migrating too late in November, there rushes back into my mind myriad images of your father. And I, a complete stranger, give quickly these few to you. I can see Joe now walking gentle Lucy. Do you remember Lucy? In Clove Lakes Park at dusk. Can see him pushing his darling curly-haired Amanda down Purcell Street in her little red car. And can see him tenderly giving his lovely little big-eyed Isabel her bottle. His apartment door is wide open. No doubt you cannot still remember me, although I lived once in the apartment above you when both of you were born. But I have never, until I ceased to be, stopped remembering your father, that brave man, and hearing in the night your hearts never to stop